hard for you to scorn Eliza, I might suggest the possibility of his being partial to you.
Mr. Darcy suddenly meets my eyes and frequently sits there without opening his lips.
Ah, but he often looks at you quite surprisingly when your look is elsewhere engaged.
Stuff, Charlotte. I'm going for a ride in the park. Do not miss me too much. Oh, Colonel Fitzwilliam, I never knew you walked this way.
Are you going much farther?
Oh no, I shall attend in a moment.
Would you mind if I joined you then?
Oh, before. So, do you certainly leave on Kent on Saturday?
Yes, if Darcy does not put it off again.
I do not know anyone who enjoys the pleasure of having one who likes the Mr. Darcy.
But so do we all. It is only he has better means and I am at his disposal.
But why does he marry to secure lasting convenience of the kind? I guess his sister is that, or she is under his sole care.
In fact, I am joined with him in the care of Miss Darcy.
Oh, are you indeed? Young ladies of that age are very difficult to manage.
Yes, she is one of the most tractable creatures in the world, and a great favourite of Miss Bingley. I believe you said you know her.
Oh, a little. Mr. Darcy is uncommonly kind to Miss Bingley, and takes a prodigious care of her.
From something Darcy said, I have reason to believe Bingley very much indebted to him. It is a circumstance which he would not like to be generally known, for if it came around to the lady's family, it would be a most unpleasant thing.
You may, of course, mind not mentioning it.
He only told me that he recently congratulated himself in having saved a friend from a most imprudent marriage. I only suspected it to be Bingley, because his open nature may have gotten him into a scrape of that sort.
Pardon me, but what right does Mr. Darcy have to interfere with Mr. Bingley's inclinations?
I believe there are objections to the lady's family. One was a country attorney, another had some sort of mercantile background, and there may have been an unsuitable mother or something of the sort. But this is just conjecture. Good day, Miss Bingley.
To treat herself all loveliness and goodness as she is, but to be thus rejected. My father, with some peculiarities, Mr. Darcy has no abilities that he can have like my father does. But my mother, of course, she... But Mr. Darcy is more grieved of wanting his friends to see their importance in society than their want of sense. He is governed by the worst kind of pride and partly wishing to retain Mr. Bingley for his sister.
Miss Bennet.
Mr. Darcy?
My health.
My health, Mr. Darcy, meets all the usual standards.
Ah.
Yes?
In vain, I struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. I see I dismay you. I am slow, even dilatory. I should have declared myself at an earlier date. But there were, of course, the family obstacles. The general sense of your social inferiority, of it being a degradation of the line. I cannot forget my responsibility to an estate, a way of life, a pride of place which might, given your circumstances, disinclude you. And thus the very ardency I described took place against my will and reason, or rather, against my character and inclination, but the very strength of my attachment has made it impossible for me to conquer my feelings. I can only express the hope that these feelings will now be rewarded by your acceptance of my hand. There. I've spoken ill, but mean well, Miss Bennet.
In such cases as this, it is, I believe, to express a sense of obligation of the sentiments vowed, however equally they may be returned. The natural obligation should be felt, and if I could feel gratitude, I would now thank you, but I cannot. I never desired a good opinion you have most unwillingly bestowed to me. The feelings which you have long prevented the acknowledgement of your God can have little difficulty in overcoming it after this explanation.
And this is all the reply which I am to have the honor of expecting? I might ask, why with so little endeavor at civility, I am thus rejected?
And I might as well inquire why it was so evident desire you choose to tell me, likely against your will, against your reason, and even against your character. Was this not some excuse for incivility if I was uncivil? But I have the reasons you know I have. Do you think there be any possible of me to attempt to accept a man who has been the means of ruining, perhaps forever, the happiness of a beloved sister? Even if I and Jane are mingling from each other, at least yours was the principal means. Over them both in the misery of the acutest kind. Can you deny that you have done it?
I have no wish to deny that I did everything in my power to separate my friend from your sister, or that I rejoice in my success. Towards him, I've been kinder than towards myself.
Oh, quite clearly said. This is merely where mine, not mine's like founded. Your character was unfolded in a receipt of it was let's say, by Mr. Wickham.
Mr. Wickham? Take an eager interest in that gentleman's concerns.
Those misfortunes do not have an interest in him.
His misfortunes?
And your affliction, with held advantages which you must have been designed for him, and yet you meet his misfortunes with contempt.
This is your opinion. I think for explaining it so fully, these bitter accusations might have been suppressed had I, with greater policy, had to do with the belief of me being impelled by unqualified, unhounded inclination. But disguise of every sort is my purpose.
The earlier declaration has not affected me, Mr. Darcy. You cannot offer me a hand in any possible way that would tempt me to accept it. From the very beginning, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the needs of others, made me realize that you are the last man I'll ever be prepared to want to marry.